number of new images have been revealed consisting of concept art for Elden Ring. The artist by the name of Gabriel Bjork Stiernstrom uploaded a number of images that he worked on for Elden Ring. These include many familiar images seen in the trailer, including the hammering figure. But it also includes some of the different interpretations of what we see in the trailer. One major difference is the image of a woman hammering away on an anvil or possibly an altar by the looks of the other images. The final trailer instead shows a man. Stiernstrom's envisioning also shows more of the locations. In one variation it shows masses of roots which appear to be stemming from the center, cascading out into the room. What's also interesting to note, when Stiernstrom was hired to work on the concept, he had no idea this project was for Elden Ring. He only knew he was working on a project for From Software and that it looked like Dark Souls. He only found out later when the trailer was released at E3 exactly what he'd been working on. Unfortunately, the artist doesn't have much more to share on the actual concept of the game. We did a lot of internal concepts, he said, and suggestions at Digit, but in the end most of the decisions were made over at From Software. A lot of what we can gather from the concept is as the artist says, it's open to interpretation, but it does give further clues into Elden Ring, which is exciting, especially after a very long drought of news. Nioh 2 Remastered, the Complete Edition, is releasing on February 5th as a standalone title, as part of the Nioh Collection. That also means current Nioh 2 owners have something to celebrate too, as they will be receiving 2 limited time only gear sets with the upcoming patch, which are the Ornate Gold Armor and Sahaya Deserter Garb. The Ornate Gold Armor set and Sahaya Desert Garb will be available from February 5th to 26th only, so Nioh 2 owners should grab them while they're available. The Nioh Collection for PlayStation 5 is available for $69.99 and includes both Nioh and Nioh 2 Remastered editions, which contains the Nioh Remastered version and Nioh 2 Remastered. The games will also be available separately for individual purchase as well. For PlayStation 4 and PC players, Nioh 2, the Complete Edition, will be available for pre-order for $49.99, which will include the base game and the 3 DLC expansions, The Tengu's Disciple, Darkness in the Capital, and The First Samurai. The PC version of Nioh 2 is also releasing on the same day. Those who pre-order on PC will get the unique Valve helmet for all your samurai needs. Be sure to check out our Nioh 2 wiki. The major expansion Echoes of the Atlas launched this week on PC for Path of Exile. It will be releasing on Xbox and PlayStation consoles on January 20th, which includes Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. The latest expansion brings new endgame content, a new challenge league, new skills, and a new boss known as the Maven. If you haven't checked out Path of Exile yet, it's a free-to-play action RPG. The latest expansion adds a whole host of new content, including new boss arena, an Atlas passive skill tree, 11 new maps with bosses, craftable watchstones, new challenge league, and more. For an overview of all major additions, be sure to check out Path of Exile New Expansion Echoes of the Atlas announced article on the Fextralife website. In a recent video which featured CD Projekt Red's co-founder Marcin Owinski, they shared an apology about the issues that Cyberpunk 2077 had at launch. The video also breaks down the technical aspects for Cyberpunk 2077's main issues, also sharing that they thought they'd be able to fix the issues with a final day 0 update. However, this was not the case, and testing did not show a big part of the issues, according to the statement. Owinski also shared the plan for the upcoming free downloadable content, which was announced towards the end of last year. The DLC, which was expected to release in 2021, is not the main focus, as the studio plans to concentrate on the most important fixes and updates first. As for when we'll be hearing more about the DLC, that will be in the upcoming months. The official Hogwarts Legacy and Portkeys Games Twitter accounts have announced the upcoming RPG Hogwarts Legacy, based on the Harry Potter universe, has now been delayed from its 2021 launch to 2022. The statement shared explains that they want to create the best possible experience for all the wizarding world. While it's sad news for HP fans as well as for us, as it was one of our top 10 upcoming RPGs of 2021, Warner Bros. Games are still aplenty for this year, with Gotham Knights, LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, and the release of the spiritual successor to the Left 4 Dead series, Back 4 Blood. The delay, while not all too surprising, what with the year we've had for releases in 2020, it's good that the developer is halting the release to further polish the game, as the expectation is high. Avoiding a Cyberpunk 2077 ordeal is probably something a lot of developers don't want to repeat. While the statement doesn't particularly mention the pandemic, as this has affected many releases and caused a few delays, this is highly likely the reason why we won't be seeing Hogwarts Legacy this year. ZeniMax have announced they will be moving their Elder Scrolls Online reveal stream for Gates of Oblivion from the original date of January 21st, now moved to a few days later. The reason for the delay is because it was going to take place close to the US inauguration day, which takes place on January 20th. The live stream will now broadcast on January 26th at 5 PM EST or 10 PM GMT. The livestream will reveal more about what's to come for Elder Scrolls Online. It will be joined by ESO's creative director Rich Lambert and other special guests from the development team. Those who watch the stream live have a chance to gain a Virazescent Dragon's Frog pet from Twitch drops by linking their Twitch and Bethesda account. While it's just a few more days to wait, it will be interesting to see what Gates of Oblivion will bring in terms of this year's content, including the next chapter, DLCs, system changes, and more. Developer Nioh Games have announced early access for turn-based tactical RPG King Arthur Knight's Tale will be delayed to January 26. King Arthur Knight's Tale was supposed to be joining early access on Steam on January 12, but has now been delayed to January 26. The tactical turn-based RPG will be going into early access later this month. Developer Nioh Games shared that they have a few bumps to iron out. While the developer acknowledges that even though early access of course doesn't mean a polished end product, they say that they want to ensure everything is polished and bugs are squashed before you begin your adventure in Avalon, and they need a little more time in order to do that. King Arthur's Knight's Tale is based on Arthurian mythology, which combines turn-based tactics with traditional character-centric RPG elements. In the 2021 Consumer Electronics Show this week, Sony shared some release windows for upcoming PlayStation 5 games during a video presentation. While they didn't announce dates in a way that you would expect, the info was shared in some text that appeared on screen for only a few seconds. This includes the mysterious project Athea, which will be releasing in January 2022, as well as Ghostwire Tokyo arriving in October 2021. While not all these dates are new, the Project Athea release window is set to be an exclusive for at least 2 years on PlayStation 5. Another newly revealed date is Ghostwire Tokyo, which previously only had been announced to be releasing in 2021, but is now set for October of this year. Capcom's action-adventure game Pragmata also has a new release window now being set for 2023, which is much later than previously expected. Release dates briefly mentioned in a small paragraph of text midway during a video presentation is not the expected way to hear of title announcements, but it does give some great news about when we can expect to see these titles. Which of these titles are you looking forward to? Let us know in the comments below. CI Games has now surpassed over 3 million copies sold for action RPG Lords of the Fallen. That's not the only good news for the developer, as their Sniper Ghost Warrior franchise also toppled the 11 million mark. With great success also comes some news about their next upcoming title, Lords of the Fallen 2. The sequel in the franchise, Lords of the Fallen 2, is full steam ahead. Being developed for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and PC under CI's new internal studio, Hexworks. Hexworks has 2 major teams working on the game, one in Barcelona, Spain, and one in Bucharest, Romania. The 2 teams include a number of highly experienced developers. Lords of the Fallen 2 was announced a couple of years ago. It was revealed to be a AA game, but since then the scope has grown. The Hexworks studio is working on a fully featured game according to their press release, focusing not only on the Soulsborne or Souls-like community, but beyond. There's no current release window for the game, but we'll be keeping an eye on this one. Well, that's it for the Week in the Wikis. Please join us again next week for yet another great week of gaming. Remember to check out our VIP program for some exclusive supporter benefits. And budding writers should take advantage of our Become an Author initiative. Thanks again for being part of this great community. Keep checking in with us with news, reviews, YouTube streams and vids, and general wiki goodness.